video was filmed in 2022. And in that video, what you saw was me attempting to tell Pearl and show Pearl what colonization was like. How people went to another group of people and took their resources and took what was theirs and built their empire off of it. So when Pearl now plays like she doesn't know what colonization is, and she doesn't know what slavery is, and she says these insensitive statements, in that video, I actually attempted to give her a book. It was called How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. I've read it myself. She semi-dismissed that book. She kind of dismissed that book. And then she went on with herself to go and interview a man like Nick Fuentes. Pearl has Africans that work for her. Now, Nigeria has many issues. Now, the disparity in Nigeria has rich and poor people living just on the breadline. And Pearl has these types of people working for her. They edit her videos. They make her thumbnails. So Pearl has taken people on from Africa, which on the surface looks like a good thing. And I guess it is. Africans are being fed. They're taking money from her. They are feeding their family. Amazing.
Is this just about like her knowing what slavery is? I hope this ain't what it's all about.
However, with a colonial mindset, this can be quite dangerous. And what happened during that interview with Nick Fuentes was that she used an age-old tactic that colonizers use, which was the divide and rule tactic. She pitted African Americans versus Africans when she spoke about how hard Africans work compared to how hard African Americans work. And she also used the term.
Did she say that? Did she actually say it? I thought she tried to say that she didn't say African Americans. She just said talking about Americans. Oh, that's crazy if she did.
My Africans. Much of what Pearl says is determined by her management, which she has said to me on many occasions that she shares with Candace Owens. So when you have a colonial mindset and you have...
Oh, the hell, what you say? Candace Owens. You sure can? Okay. Yeah, Candace Owens, she be crazy sometimes. Yeah, man, she will help. Sound like Pearl just like a real hard Republican there. It's all starting to make sense. I mean like a far Republican, not far right where you skinhead and you say we need to get rid of the people that you don't say their name. Starts with a J, but I'm picking up what you're putting down. Keep going.
Have a management who tell you what to say. What generally happens in my personal point of view and what I actually saw was that she began to start paying people pittance. She began to start offering contracts to people that owned them, just like a colonial master would. Case in point, myself and Pearl sat down to have a conversation about me signing to her contractually. And I want to make this very clear. I have never signed to the Just Pearly Things network. I have always been an independent. Pearl has known that, and I have known that. And so anytime I worked with Pearl, we had agreed a fee, and I worked for that fee. I have never been signed to the Just Pearly Things contracts. However, she has signed a few Africans, namely King Riches and Auntie Jenny. Now, I have no problem with a King Riches or an Auntie Jenny. However, if we look at the contracts that they signed, you would understand the reason why I use the term colonization and colonial. Now, myself and Pearl sat down to have a conversation, and she expressed to me that she wanted to do a new segment for her show. In that segment, she said that she would like me to present a topical news show on a day-to-day basis. So I said, okay, no problem. Talk to me. What are we talking about? And she said she would want me within her studio 4 days per week. I said, okay, from what time? She said from 10 in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening. And I said, okay, well, that is 7 hours.
That's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours to just get a real fucking job. I don't want a real job. Damn. Talking? Just talking for 7 hours? I ain't gonna lie, I could do that. I could do that easily. Not feel bad thinking it.
I said, so working 4 to 5 days a week for 7 hours is essentially a day job. I said to her, okay.
Not, you're a part-time worker. Let's just be honest. You're a part-time worker.
Okay. So what is my guaranteed fee at the end of the month? What is the salary? And she looks at me and she says, we do not do guarantees and we do not do salaries. So I said, so if you don't do guarantees and you don't do salaries, what is it that you actually do? And she said she does percentages. So I said, okay, cool.
That sounds fucking crazy. That sounds crazy as hell. I might need to input this shit into my business. I'm gonna make sure I might, if I can find a way to set that up, I'm gonna input that into my business. And I'm gonna hire nothing but, you know, white people. But let's keep it going.
Oh, well, what's the percentage? She said, Sarah, you're the high end, so you will get 70-30. So I said, fine, okay, let me listen. 70% goes to me and 30% goes to you. Now she looked at me and she said, no, 70% goes to me, Pearl, and 30% goes to me, Sarah Garvey. And that's when I started scratching my head. And I said, hang on a minute.
You paying people like crackheads.
So are you telling me that's a high-end contract for you? And she said, yes. And I said, so are you saying that just Pearly Things Network has other people on low-end contracts? She said, yes. I said, King Rich's and Auntie Jenny? She said, yes. I said, what's the low end? She said, it's 10 to 15%. So essentially, she could be owning 80% of the content, which is basically the monetized views on somebody's channel, and they only take home 15% of the money. She said yes.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Them niggas are signing those deals. Well, you ain't signing a guaranteed pay or nothing. Just 15%. Oh yeah, she needs to be stopped. I don't know if she really needs to be stopped. Them niggas signing them contracts. Hey, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Slavery was different than that. Okay, that's not really. It's like you niggas, they picked them niggas up. Shit, you walking up to her building, signing a contract. Don't judge me. I'm hungry.
Charge complete.
What's complete? Just Pearly Things is getting niggas for that. I think people also need to know when it comes to business, the amount of money people believe that they get paid is normal. They don't know they're getting paid like a crackhead until somebody until like the majority offer them a lot of money. So you'll have to see how much that 15% or whatever, you know, them crackhead percentages that she's giving people. You gotta see how much they get in their pocket. Cause I don't think everybody understand when I don't want to say most, but a lot of businesses, especially when it's just like not really a big ass company. I think big ass companies do it too. But yeah, a lot of these businesses, bro, when you legit getting paid $80,000, Don't even look at the nigga who actually hired you, how much Jesus Christ. That nigga paying you a crackhead. Hey, here's $8,000. Thank you. I made $800,000 off this nigga. Like, that's what they're thinking. But those aren't the ones I'm talking about right now. Those are just people businesses. They're not really like the successful ones where they actually tell you supposed to only take in like 10%. Unless the business starts scaling, the higher the business scale, the more percentage you can take. But that lady paying them Nigerians, them like crackheads. Only thing is, Nigerians get paid a lot of money in America. That girl daddy taught her how to pull the okey doke on some niggas. That's crazy. Damn. Let's go to the next video. Oh, you ain't know what that was? Oh, that doo-doo, baby.